Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome to my hobby blog. Today we are doing, oh god, I should have wrote it down. We're doing episodes 66 to 85, I believe. Yes, of Batman, the animated series. And I meant to bring it in here, but it's in the background of my guest's background. So that's kind of the prop for today. I have a new setup. Okay, I explained it in the last video, so I'm still kind of getting it ready. But I'm really excited to be back to this, and I would like to welcome back Leon, aka Cultflixfix24. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks, Christian. Thanks for having me back, and it's an honor to be back on the show and the get it going with the series because it's a lot of episodes to go through. So I'm excited to do it though. Season 2 finally. So
Woo.
look forward to giving us our thoughts and opinions on each episode.
Yep. And what's funny about this one is that I think it was Tuesday, maybe Wednesday of this week, and I was like, "Hey, like we should do a Batman episode. Like this weekend is totally open for me, and next weekend is not. And it's been a few weekends since we've been able to do a video, so I was like, let's just do it." And then I was like, yeah, it's just 7 episodes, six, it's 13, whatever. I think we can do it because it's Wednesday, and 5 minutes later, you texted me, hey, there are 20 episodes total, and it's an entire season. How do we want to do this? And I was like, fuck it, let's just do it all. And so I don't know who's going. We decided that you're going to go first, but yeah, this was a lot,
Yeah, it
a
was.
lot, because at least on my side, we confirmed that we were doing the episode on Wednesday. I think I was at work, went home. I did the review for, oh my god, the Jess Franco film, Two Female Spies with Flowered Panties. I knew that was going to draw the horny bots, and it did. It's a pretty big viewed video. And did a review, went to bed. Next day, I was like, oh shit. I have 10 episodes I have to watch tonight to be on track, and then another 10 episodes. That's 4 hours of episodes. So I spent the last 2 days just watching Batman. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of good to just have 10 episodes on here because we were doing 13 before this,
Yeah.
and I say we could now this and get it double covered there. And yeah, it was. It's a chore. Well, it's not a chore because it's enjoyable, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like could get overwhelming schedule dipping back into it. And yeah, I mean, pretty excited to see this and go through everything we need to go through pretty much. But
Yeah.
happy to get it going.
Woo. So the one quick note I had that I got from Wikipedia because I saw it and I was like, "Hey, grab that," and I just copy and pasted it because on Wikipedia they have all the synopses. So again, I copy and pasted that so I can really focus on the episodes. And the reason why they made season two is that the first few episodes of season one was quite successful. As we all know, this is a very highly popular TV show. And when they were like halfway through season one, airing it at least, they were like, you know what? Let's do season two. It's going to be 20 episodes. Fun fact: 11 out of the 20 episodes are titled "The Adventures of Batman and Robin." So Robin is a lot more of a focus on this season, which I loved.
Yeah.
I really liked his inclusion to this season. I guess I don't know if season three is going to be a Batgirl and Batman pairing, kind of like this one or not, but we'll find out. But yeah, it was fun to see Robin a lot more prominently in this section. What about you?
Yeah, the good to see the Cape Crusader and the Boy Wonder there. So I go through the old methods of talking about him, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was excited too, and I like how they kind of changed the intro. You have a Adventures of Batman and Robin, which does fit how it's gonna go through, but I won't get into too much of that since we still got to discuss that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like the change of pace in season two. It has a different kind of feel to it in a way. But
Yeah.
I mean, you do get same villains returning, stuff like that, but it did give you a kind of a fresh view on it. I mean, like a fresh take. You get, like I said, intro changes. You get, I feel like, how could I say it? Story wise, it's changed up a little bit too, even though you have returning characters and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much fresh and fresh take on it.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a new season. It didn't just feel like season one, part two, or anything like that. It felt like its own season, which I appreciated. I just wish it was more interesting.
Yeah.
Because some of them were really good. I think I feel more emotions on this than I did one of our episodes. I don't think it was the last one, maybe the one before. It's one of the last two episodes where I was just like, I think there was like three episodes at the most. This one had a good through line. At this point, we know Batman, the animated series. We know all of the structures, the introductions. We know all the characters. We're just seeing them more now. So we're in the thick of it, I guess. Although, to be fair, we are going up to episode 85, and there are 104 episodes total. So we're almost done. We got 2 episodes left, I think.
Yeah.
Woo!
Moving through it. Yeah. So if you
Would you like
you
to
want me to
start?
get started on the episodes right here, get it going.
Yeah.
So we'll go into season two, and I'm gonna start off with the new intro, which I really enjoyed because you got the original song. If you go to the main menu, this is the song it plays. Kind of has that like heroic tone to it, which I love. And you get that in this intro like right off the bat, and it's kind of mixed with the old intro, mixed with some new takes in it, like scenes put in it. But I really enjoyed it. At first, I was like, "Am I watching the right show?" Because it's like the Adventures of Batman and Robin, and I'm like, "Oh, it looks totally different." I was like, "Did they change it completely?" But
They
no,
even
it's just fresh. No,
they
fresh.
they even had a Warner Bros. Intro with Bugs Bunny, and I
Yeah,
think all of the episodes this season, which hasn't happened. So I guess they got bought up in season two.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. So I didn't number the episodes right, so I'm gonna
Oh,
go the
this is
first one here.
66.
66. Okay, so I could go from there. So we'll go episode 66, and this is Sideshow. And this pretty much has Killer Croc back, the villain, infamous villain that dwells in the sewers and stuff like that. But yeah, right away starts action packed in this one. I mean, you got Killer Croc doing some what he knows how to do, some villainous stuff, and then you got Batman showing up, and they battle right off the bat. They're fighting on a train. I mean, it doesn't stop with action, and it pretty much leads them to falling into this like wilderness episode where they're going through the wild, and Batman hunting Killer Croc and him running around, and he pretty much finds this area with a circus group, which is interesting. They welcome him in as one of them because they know he's different and the way his appearance is and all that, and they seem like a good group that pretty much wants to run a business and stay comfortable where everyone they can be themselves and not care what other people think or judge them by and stuff like that. So yeah, he meets up with these guys. He's out right away acting just awful. He's stealing from them, trying to manipulate them to do what he wants, and then you get Batman showing up looking for him, and they pretty much defend Killer Croc over Batman, even though he's trying to do right, and they don't really know his character. And you got like a little kid with like fish feet. Is it fish feet? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah, like
He's
web
real
toes.
web toes. He's in the water swimming like a fish, and he's real. It's real heartwarming because he cares about Killer Croc. He brings him a blanket, and Killer Croc's like looking for some else. He's trying to steal like some else from them, and but you could just tell he can't change. He's just that evil, and not even them. They couldn't rehabilitate him. So yeah, but it's pretty interesting. This I like the fights. I like the weaponry you got. You got Killer Croc with some guns shooting out towards Batman, and I mean I got a quote here when they're fighting there, and Killer Croc tells Batman, he's all your he's all here's your guano bat, and it's like it's funny because I like Ace Ventura when they're like, what is that? He's all eating it. It's like bat shit. So it's funny to
Yeah.
actually hear him tell him here's your shit bat. Pretty much here's your bat shit. He's telling him, and it's just hilarious that quote. But
Yeah,
overall,
I
this
actually almost wrote that down, that
did you
line.
know?
That would have been great.
Um,
I wish I had.
I was laughing out loud. Like I was like, oh man, that just it reminded me of Ace Ventura, the Nature Calls. I don't know if you've seen that, where
Yeah.
they're eating bat shit, and he's like, "What's this guano? What's guano?" He's like, "Bat shit." He starts spitting it out of his mouth. But I don't know why that hit my mind
Big
in that
shout out
part.
to Cannibal Corpse, the death metal band in the bar. Big fan
Oh
of
yeah,
Cannibal Corpse, one of my favorite death metal bands.
oh yeah, they're awesome. But yeah, overall this episode, I have it a little above average. It was entertaining, and Killer Croc's grown on me as a character. Um, but yeah, that's all I got on that episode. Do you have anything else you need to put
Yeah,
in there?
in hindsight, this is a much better episode than I thought it was because
Mm-hmm.
listening to you talk about it and how they were going through the swamps and we have a very cool kind of Todd Browning freaks plot line where we have a group of um, I don't want to say the wrong word, but we have people who are different who are banding together as a family and protecting each other. And when Croc comes up, they bring him in as a community. And then Batman shows up and causes shit as always. And I really liked it. I mean, one of my favorite movies is Todd Browning's Freaks from 1932. Impossible to find anywhere because it's lost outside of a
Wow.
very awful unsubtitled DVD that is actually the only way I've been able to see it outside of class. But that was a really great storyline. I really enjoyed the fights in this. I wrote down, oh my gosh, Batman is immediately fighting Croc. The credits stop and immediately they're like
Yeah.
punching each other. I'm like, hey, like, why not? Let's just get started. And so I thought, this was going to be the whole season, but I was wrong. But there's a fight on a water wheel at some point that I wrote down, and I said it was fun. That's all I have for this episode.
Yeah,
In
it was a
hindsight,
fun
it
one.
was quite over average, above average.
That's where I have it. Same part on that as well. But I guess I'll go on to the next one here. So we'll go into episode 67, which is I hope I got it. Bullet for Bullock, and I like that title. It sounds like a cheesy action film or something like that.
It's the best part of the
Uh,
episode.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, this goes into Bullock. He's the pretty much the detective that despises Batman, calls him a vigilante, uh, a freak. He even calls him, and tells him you belong with the criminal underworld and stuff. He's at odds with him. But in this episode, he needs Batman's help. There's a hit on him. He thinks it's a past criminal. He's put so many people away. He's paranoid, but someone is really trying to kill him, and he has to rely on Batman. So you have like the bat signal being called out, and you go there, and for once it's not Gordon. You think it's Gordon, but it's not. It's Bullock, and Batman's even like in shock, like, "Why are you calling me or what?" And he's like, "I need your help, freak." He even calls him freak right there, whatever. The disrespect continues, but uh, they start to pretty much you see Batman going to detective work. He's trying to investigate, find past criminals that have have a grudge against Bullock. There's a big list. Um, you get a look at Bullock. He's a real slob, if you could put it like that. He lives in an apartment complex, and it's really dirty. You see roaches crawling throughout it. He's dragging his mud, and his landlord's just had it up to his head with him. He's yelling, not cussing him out because it's a TV show, but really talking to him, pretty much wanting to, and you just have Bullock like ignoring it, not caring. Um, but it's really interesting to see Bullock and Batman work together on this. It's not the friendliest one, but I got a quote from Alfred. Uh, he finds out Batman is helping Bullock, and he's like, what is he? Oh yeah, he says Harvey Bullock. You're helping Harvey Bullock, the detective who looks like an unmade bed. And I was like, oh my god, that's just hilarious.
Ban.
Yeah, but yeah, he's there's funny too because you have Bullock eating donuts as he's a cop. It's pressed him, and the name of the place is like Dunko Donuts. It's like a bootleg Dunkin' Donuts, what they meant. But I was like, oh man, I get that, but you can't put the whole name out there, but you're trying to imitate it. But
Warner
yeah,
Bros. Said no.
this episode's decent. I mean, you find out what's going on. You have a criminal called Vinny the Shark, who's the suspect. He's not pretty much blamed for it, but it turns out it's completely not. The twist goes another direction. But um, you get the landlord called Nivens, and he's voiced by and did I even put the name here? Damn it, I forgot the name. Anyways, he's the dad on Beetlejuice. Like
Oh,
the voice. I did not put the name. I forgot the damn name.
I'll look it up.
All right.
I got you because I want to know.
I don't know. I put a name like a voice, and
Chuck
I forget the.
Dixon,
It's that does sound right.
Frank Pye.
Let me see.
It was directed by.
I cannot believe I forgot the name.
Oh, apparently the Croc episode was
It's
based on
a
a comic book.
it's Jeffrey Jones.
Oh, okay.
He's voiced by Jeffrey Jones,
Okay.
and
My
he's
bad.
also on Howard the Duck, and Stay Tuned. I don't know if you've seen that film from the '90s with John Ritter when they like go in the cable TV. He's like the devil on that film. He's playing the
Mm.
devil or whatever. But yeah, he has a lot of classic roles. So I was like, he's more well known to be talked about because I mean I grew up watching him on films, Howard the Duck, all those '80s films. But yeah, that's pretty cool to know that about the landlord, which is very menacing in the episode. I'm just gonna say that. I don't want to give away too much, but
Yep.
yeah, this one's decent. I thought it was okay. I'll put in that okay category. It's kind of not the better one, not the worst, but that's all I got on that episode.
Yeah, the only thing I put down was that hey, it started right off the bat with pardon the pun, started right off the bat with a bat signal, and I was like, hey,
Yeah,
like I don't think we've seen that much really at all, and I can't even remember if we have like
and
at
it's
least in
not
the
Gordon.
clouds.
That's
Yeah,
the trip. It's not Gordon.
and I said that fine little episode. I mean, average.
That pretty much describes it. I agree, but
I feel
okay,
like
we're
we're
gonna
sick
go.
of this series.
Yeah, it's still fun, man. Don't get me wrong. It's just
hmm
some of it's getting repetitive at times.
Yeah.
Let's go to episode 3, Trial. Okay, this one's about Poison Ivy. She's back, and it goes into her sentence from into Arkham Asylum. She's sentenced for her crimes, pretty much thrown in there, and for some reason we have someone out there poisoning people and killing them. I don't know if killing them. No, I think they save them, but they're poisoned. But all areas point to some Ivy would do, and she was I guess rehabilitated as well and released. She's a family woman now. Um, no, Yeah. Wait, no, I'm on the wrong episode, dude. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, this is okay, this is Poison Ivy
168.
on trial. Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I'm on the wrong one. Apologize for that, but
No problem.
she's in court. She is sentenced. This is where she meets up with Harley Quinn. She's also in Arkham Asylum, and they plot an escape. They do escape and pretty much kidnap the lawyer who put him away. They have her kidnapped, and at the same time they successfully kidnap Batman, and they have him in a straitjacket, and it pretty much flips the trial to Batman being on trial and the lawyer defending Batman. And it's hilarious because you got Joker as the judge, which I thought was was awesome. And you get all the criminals. You have the whole criminal underworld. You have criminals cheering on, destroy the bat.
Then the Jerry, it's awesome.
Yeah,
They're getting mad at each other, like.
yeah, they're just back and forth, and it's funny because even though all this succeeds, they still find Batman has their cure. They even admit it. I think Joker like, you did do this for the right purpose, so you're not. They even find him not guilty, and then it's like Joker's like, it's okay, you're still gonna die because you're with us or whatever. So it's hilarious about it. I just like the fight scenes in this one, and you have Batman in the dark areas, like with his eyes staring. I just love when that pops up and he's taking him out one by one. Joker's madly shooting anywhere, almost killing Killer Croc. Doesn't care as long as he hits Batman. And yeah, this one was entertaining. I'll put it a little above average. Good battle scenes. There's a nice Batman and Joker final scene where they fight on a roof. It's pretty entertaining, but yeah, above average episode. I put it.
Well, I will say this was my favorite. I really enjoyed this one.
I can see that.
I had a lot of notes for this one, actually, mostly reactions. I said, "Yay, Mad Hatter," because we start right off the bat with the Mad Hatter, and I've already
I need
said,
to talk about him.
yeah, he's one of my favorites, and I'm still waiting for one of the movies to do something with him. Stop. I mean, we all love the Joker, and I do too, but let's get these unknown people. Let's get Clayface. I say that every episode. I love Clayface. I love the shape shifting that he does. I love Mad Hatter, of course. Penguin has been getting more attention. I mean, he was in, of course, the not Charlie Kaufman. What's his name? Bill Keaton. Something Keaton. Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
He was in that one, but he was gone for, I guess, 30 years until the most recent one. I mean, so more Penguin, we're getting that. That's fine. But Mad Hatter, hell yeah, love him. And I said there's a really fun plot of Van Dorn, who is one of the lawyers. She has to defend Batman against the prosecutor, who is Two-Face. And then Judge Joker shows up, which is awesome. I had that multiple exclamation points because I was so excited. Because nothing on the plot, or the title at least, mentions anybody. It just says trial. Which villain of the week do we have for this? And we got all of them. So, I don't mind it. I really enjoyed it. And the last oh, wait. We also have the ventriloquist, who is growing to be one of my favorite.
I like him too.
Kind of side antagonist. He is so fun. I love that concept of just the perfect ventriloquist, where he is just doing it so perfectly.
His name's like Scarface, the name of the alternate personality or whatever.
Yeah. And then
he's a fun villain.
And then the final note I had on here is that this episode, at least with the courtroom scene, reminded me of John Waters' Serial Mom, which is one of the funniest movies that I've ever seen. And it's with John Waters, so you have a lot of the kind of fucked up humor. I just got it, look. Good!
With the slipcover.
You need to watch it. It is so funny. It is so funny. Oh my gosh. You gotta watch it tonight. That's a great Friday night
check
movie.
it out.
But yeah, favorite episode so far. But now that I have seen all of them, it's my favorite episode. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. I just got that one actually in a bid on eBay. I want it on a bid.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, I don't even have the slipcover. I just got it like a few months ago during the Shout Factory sale.
yeah, I got it on a bid and I wanted it with a slipcover, so I was like all psyched.
John Waters is the man. Love him.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that movie a long time ago, but I don't remember it.
Oh, it's great.
It's like gonna be like brand new when I watch it again. But
Suburban mom who's a serial killer.
yeah, it sounds
Is
fun.
so funny. You have to do a review.
But yeah, yeah, I'll for sure do that. Look into doing that. So should I go on to the next episode here? Number four, number 68. I don't have the number right.
69, the magical
Is it
number.
69?
It
Oh
is.
no. Okay. And we got Avatar, not the movie.
Ah, dang. I was all excited.
But,
I was going to make that joke.
oh man, it's like beat you to it. Or you just you weren't up yet, or it'll probably happen. But okay, this one is one that I thought was repetitive a lot. This episode, I'm very psyched about the villain Agul, and he's in this one. But this one just seemed like it repeated the last episode to me. I don't know why. It goes in that same kind of scenery and atmosphere that I'd already seen before. So this is where I was saying in my head, this is repetitive. But yeah, you got a map that's stolen from Bruce Wayne, and it holds this ancient like I don't know if tomb or queen they got unlocked to give Al Ghul like superpowers or pretty much for him to be unstoppable or something like that. So he comes out of pretty much to rob it, robs this map from Bruce Wayne. It's very valuable, and he has to go full Batman and investigate and go and see what's going on and stuff. You got a connection again from Bruce Wayne and her name's Talia. That's the daughter of Agul, and
Oh, yeah.
there's a love interest between them. But this is like the where I felt it the strongest was this episode because it seemed like she would throw herself at Batman, but he wouldn't really like show affection. And this one he does. It shows that he does care about her. He just can't go into that criminal underworld that Agul wants him to be as a son-in-law. So he's like, he's like, no, that's against my rules. Keeps him away. And this time you got Talia helping Batman to stop his dad from doing this because it's gonna pretty much do destruction. And they say that it's evil. It's not gonna help him in any way. So it goes back to Egypt. You're in the desert. They're in tombs unlocking this uh pretty much this tomb ancient queen to give him the power. As they do this, they unlock like a vengeful kind of spirit zombie. I thought it was really cool. Looked like a skeleton, and I was like, I just really like the look of it because I'm a real like zombie fan. I like to see rotted like bodies and stuff like that, and it always gets me psyched in a film. But
Okay,
this,
now.
I'm going off as a horror fan here, rambling. But um, anyways, it has a pretty good ending. I liked it all. You have a ghoul pretty much getting like his soul sucked out of him, where he's turning like an old man, and Talia pretty much trying to save her dad. Batman turns in to help too. Um, as he's bringing a ghoul into justice, you see Talia realize this is my father. Can't turn my back on him, so she pretty much turns on Batman and holds him like gunpoint to rescue her dad. And she just says, "You know how it goes," and she takes off with her dad. Batman's like wanting to bring him to justice, but it's not going to happen. He's outnumbered, and he saves one of the guy's lives that was going to get crushed, one of the assistants. So towards the end, this guy, they take Batman's horse. He's in the desert and hot sun, and this guy comes back and throws him like a thing of water, like a container of water, saying, "You know what? We're even now. You saved my life. Here's yours," and whatever. But this episode was real repetitive, but I did like the ending. I thought the ending was really good. That's what brought it back up for me. But I'm gonna put this one at average just because I've seen it done already, like throughout this. But big plus was that zombie mummy.
Yeah, that was actually the only note that I wrote down. Was I said pretty cool ghoul.
Yeah,
That's
because
all I
I was
had.
pretty much on. I was on the episode honestly like this, like bored, and then the ghoul comes along. Like, oh, okay, okay. I like stood up. Like,
Woke up a bit.
yeah, woke up a bit, but yeah, yeah, repetitive. That's all I gotta say on this one.
Yeah, I would say it's just below average. This one is exactly the same as the last Ray Shagul episode. They
Yeah,
were
it's
just
not
in
fresh.
Egypt, which was fun. But
They did, like I said, if it wasn't for that zombie, I'd probably have this below average too.
yep.
But yeah, anything else you want to say on this one?
No, I feel
Okay.
sleepy just thinking about the episode.
This is actually the one that got me really tired, like tired
Oh,
during
this next
it.
one?
No, that the ghoul one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
I was gonna say the next one is actually pretty good.
yeah. So now we're gonna go into episode 5, House and Garden. Um, I think this was the episode I got uh confused with. I was talking about this one a while ago, so
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna House and Garden, and this is episode 69, right?
71.
Oh, seven. Oh my
No,
God, I'm way off.
70. No, I
70. Okay.
yeah 70. I was
I'm glad
looking
I
at the
have him
wrong
here because
one.
he knows where my numbers would be right now. Uh, okay, so this is the one where victims are getting poisoned and they're trying to find out what's going on. It's not killing. They're saving people, so pretty much there can't. Is there deaths throughout these series? Because I don't
I
see
don't
anyone
think
really
they were.
dying.
I don't think they were allowed to. 'Cause I think in
Yeah.
the previous episode they drowned somebody, but then they were brought back to life. I think through magic. Because that was the Reja Ghul. There was the cargo ships coming in, and he was stealing like an ancient artifact, if you'll
Oh, that's
remember.
right. Yeah.
And he took it, and then
He's back. He
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
die.
I forgot what my point was. Yeah, nobody died. That's right.
So this is where we have Poison Ivy rehabilitated and free. She's a family woman, but these crimes are pretty much pointing at her. So Batman investigates her. He's watching her and seeing, doesn't trust her fully. But she really is proving that she's a housewife. She's got a husband, kids, stepkids. So Batman's even believing like, yeah, she's changed. But um you get Batman and Robin coming together in this episode. They're united. They're checking on a teacher who's suspicious. They start to investigate him. He turns out to not be the main suspect. Meanwhile, you got these like green light creatures, look like plants that are coming in and pretty much poisoning people. They have claws that have like I don't know, venom in them or something like that, poison, some kind of stuff. But you get Robin kidnapped by these creatures. Batman's trying to get him back. They're holding a ransom. These creatures get pretty much burned by he actually shows up as Bruce Wayne to do the deal, and he's thrown in the ocean, which I thought was pretty interesting. But of course, Bruce Wayne's gonna survive. But um,
You
they
sounded really
unravel.
bored saying that, and of course he was gonna say, because it's kind of like,
It's
yeah, there's no tension.
There's no
That's another
tension,
issue.
but Batman unravels a dark secret, and it is involving Poison Ivy. And this is pretty cool. I'd actually like this a lot. She has like this basement area with these plants that are letting out these clone babies that like grow instantly, like to
So
adulthood.
creepy.
Oh man, I love that part.
Did you
And you
notice
got like
the shape of the pod as they were getting birthed? Did you notice? I'm not gonna go into it, but because I
no, I
talked
didn't
about it a
until
lot
you
with
brought it
poison
up right
ivy.
now.
Yeah, but a lot of poison ivy imagery I've talked about, especially in episode 1.
That's
Uh,
exactly what you're talking
yeah.
about. Yeah, now I'm getting it. you got the army of mutations, and they're fighting pretty much Batman and Robin. But yeah, this takes a real good ending. I love the ending of this episode. It was just so good, and I like the how, like you said, it's just creepy seeing these like fetuses come to life and they're like cloned
It's
out
kind of
of a
like
plant.
Starman
Yeah, yeah,
by Carpenter.
yeah, and it's this impressed me. And then you see Poison Ivy's evil intentions come out. Pretty much imprisoned in this basement. He's all along, just she's controlling everyone. Just like makes you wonder, like what can be hidden within closed walls of stuff. You never know. But yeah, it's overall this is above average episode for me. I really liked it, especially with the ending. But yeah, that's all I got on this one.
I agree on everything you said. And I also want to shout out the really cute crayon title screen that we got, where it was like a fence and it had like a house in the back, and you could see plants being grown. So there was a garden. It was
Mhm.
cute.
Yeah,
And I said the
I
goblin
was
or the garden baby is really creepy and is birthed through a plant. And yeah.
real. How would you say it? Sexual views there.
Yeah. It's continuing the themes I've been talking about every episode.
Yeah,
So I'm not going to go deep into it. We know at this point.
yeah, yeah. Anything else you need to say on this one? I'm
No,
pretty much
above
done.
average.
Okay. So episode 7, Harley Quinn Aid. I like that title. Harley Quinn Aid.
72.
72. Why am I
if
saying
we
seven?
are
Oh my
if we are on 7, I give up.
god. I tell you, my numbering is off. 72. Harley Quinn Aid.
That is an awesome name.
So this is a yeah, I like the title. But Joker's back. Yeah, that was me. Okay. he There's a bomb in the underworld of criminals in this episode, and they're fighting, auctioning it off, and you got Joker come in and just steal everything. He takes everyone out and takes this bomb and pretty much does his Joker ways. I mean, he gives like a bomb and it has a haha on it, and this guy's like shaking, thinking it's gonna explode on him. So I like that aspect of Joker. Always liked it. He has like a dark comedy sense of humor, which that's why he's my favorite villain, of course. But uh, I just love this thing when the bomb explodes. There's like a gas coming out, like a purple gas, and it just makes the anyone who breathes it in go into insanely laugh, like maniac laugh. I just oh man, it just I love that stuff, man, from Joker. And it shows like his eyes just with veins just shooting out while he's laughing. And I'm like, man, that's I think that's even deadlier than killing someone, making them go insane like that. But yeah, you got Joker steals his gonna blow up Gotham. He wants to kill people, of course, Joker. And you got Batman having to go to an imprisoned Harley Quinn to ask for her help. And she's pretty much talking to a doll in her cell. And it's real cool. I love Harley Quinn's character too. She's just as insane. But when she asks him for help, she doesn't want to do it. She's like, "Not my pudding," she calls him, of course. And Batman's like, "I don't see the appeal on him or whatever." He's like telling her. She's like, "That's my love," she'll do whatever. And but then she starts to realize how Joker's pretty much treated her like scum. So she agrees to help Batman. So this is a real interesting episode because you got like Harley Quinn and Batman kind of working together. I'd say semi, but of course Harley Quinn turns on Batman. Joker's got her under his spell, so she ends up doing a little kind of backstabbing on him. Robin shows up, um, rescues Batman, and you got a pretty good fight scene from Joker and Batman again. You got, of course, Joker getting caught, and you have Harley Quinn breaking down, crying, and hugging him as he's going in, and they're insanely in love again as they're going in as criminals, and
Mm.
you've seen it before. You know what I mean? You've seen this before, but
You use the words of course and again many times just now.
you want to play a drinking game?
Yeah, take a shot.
Yeah, take a shot every time. But yeah, this one, man, I'll put at the average because I've seen it before. Average episode.
It's all reliable. I mean, it's good.
Hmm.
And I
I mean,
hate,
I wasn't bored.
yeah, like I would say it's like yes. If this was letterboxed, I would give it like a 6 out of 10.
I'm there, five and a
Like
half,
three,
six.
3.5, like out of 5. Like it's tiny bit higher than average. But I hate to be the person. I think you skipped an episode.
Did
Episode
I?
71, the terrible trio.
Oh my god, I did, man.
Because I skipped it too. And I accidentally scrolled up and I was like, wait, animal masks. And I'm like, what?
I did skip it. My bad there.
So
I could
that
go on to
it
this one,
was
man.
actually 72. We both skipped 71.
Damn, man.
So that's
I am
my
not.
issue too.
I
So
am not doing a good job tonight, man.
me
On the first
neither.
submitted.
That was
Okay,
actually me
let me go
trying to get
back.
us to be done.
Let me go back to 71 here. We got the terrible trio, and this is Batman and Robin. There's a lot of Batman and Robin in this one. I really like that.
Yep.
Back in action. You got criminals with animal masks. Here we go. They're called the terrible trio, and they're pretty much these like rich kids that are like burnt out in life. They're bored, so they go into the life of crime, and they start like robbing for thrills and stuff like that. But anyways, they target a rich girl's father. She's actually the girlfriend of one of those guys. She doesn't know they're criminals. They're hiding it from her, but
Oh.
she's dating one of them. They make a plan to rob her dad, and it ends up going really bad where they almost kill him. He's in a hospital, and they're pretty much telling her like, you need to get away and go with us to a cabin. Let's get away, get your minds off things and stuff like that. And she goes. Of course, she has her boyfriend there, but then when she's there, she starts to find out that these guys aren't who they say they are. They're planning, and then there's evidence that falls out where she links it to her father, and that's pretty much where she's put in a tough situation, like pretty much held hostage. They turn on her, and they're pretty much gonna kill her. Now, and here comes Batman to the rescue. I love this scene where you have a car falling down with her in it, and here comes the bat, like plane or whatever it is, flying up, and to the rescue. They pull her up. It's Batman and Robin, and I guess Robin's kind of hurt. He hurt his shoulder or something like that, and Batman jumps out to fight him. He's like, "Take over, Robin." He's like, "Sure, you're gonna have someone drive this with one arm." He tells him or something, and he just like takes off. And but I gotta say that Robin rescues Batman a lot, man. I don't think if Robin wouldn't have been there, who knows where I mean, Batman might have actually met his death. But yeah, it's interesting. I like these characters because you got kind of like, I mean, I watch a lot of '80s movies, and about a good percentage of these kids that turn out psychotic are rich kids. I don't know. They're like these overprivileged kids that just go
Yep.
completely mad because they're bored. So I like that aspect of it. Remind me of like an '80s horror film. But yeah, overall this was enjoyable. I'm not maybe above average. I'll put a little above average on this episode. It's a different take. You don't got the same villains, but
Yeah. It is someone new, and I kept thinking about the robbery in the beginning of The Dark Knight while watching the intro to this movie, because it's both them getting out of a big armored truck,
mm,
going into the bank, robbing it at gunpoint. Uh, they escape, and it was pretty fun overall, the episode. I liked when the father's ring fell out of the pocket of one of the robbers, because I was like, oh my gosh. Because there was an earlier scene where he's like, ooh, I want to take that because it's like a jade, like some special diamond. And he puts it in his pocket, and I was like, oh, that's gonna come back. He's gonna drop it. That's gonna be, the tip off for our main woman. And sure enough, I was
It
right.
was.
So I said it was a pretty good episode, just slightly above average.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to point out was you see a triangle on the dad's face when he's in the hospital, and it's off the villain's ring. So that's where like Batman figures out who it is right there. I don't know if it's probably Bruce Wayne or Batman. I don't remember, but he
Mm-hmm.
figures it out right there. I was like, that's where you get that Batman detective work. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got on that one. You got anything else you want to
I do not.
say on that one?
You got two more. No, three more.
Okay, let me make sure I'm rightly here. Okay, so we're gonna go into episode 73.
Yep.
Okay. Um, this is called "Time Out of Joint." When I saw this, I thought it was like a episode about getting high or something. But
Same.
yeah, yeah, and this is a you got a villain called the. This is another villain I really enjoy, the Clock King.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this guy is. I really enjoy his character and what he's about, but I mean, you got a villain. This guy can. It's really interesting. He could time travel, he could like pause time or go to another time lapse, which I think is really great. And he pretty much steals this like high antique clock. He takes it from an auction where Bruce Wayne's at, and he they can't figure it out because he's like not even on camera. Like Batman has to really look in his video footage or surveillance, and he sees like a hand pop up, and he's like the Clock King or whatever they call him, or I forgot what his other name was. He had another name.
Yeah, I didn't get down, but
Fugo is his name or something like that. But
yeah.
I like this guy's look. He has like clocks on his sunglasses, and kind of reminds me of the villain on Roger Rabbit for some reason. I don't know why he's like wacky like that, but he he has, like I said, the ability to time warp, and you got Batman and Robin cracking down on this case, and it's cool too because they time warp through like motorcycles. It's really cool. They're going like a split second to make it somewhere, even though they get there a lot quicker than they should. I should just put it like that. But they got to stop this guy because he's planning to like blow up the mayor, and as soon as he hits like this hammer on a of justice or whatever, it's gonna have an explosion. So you got Batman and Robin racing against time to get it. I thought that was really cool. Um, they end up, of course, successfully saving the day. Batman throws the bomb and like the water explodes, and it's during a few seconds of time warp. And yeah, this one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this episode. I like anything to do with time warp. I've seen some films. I mean, I'll put a very famous one out there, Back to the Future, which is probably the cream of the crop there for me. But this one, it kept me entertained throughout the thing. I like the rescue mission and Batman and Robin teaming up again, saving the day. But yeah, that's all I got on that one. I don't have much more. But it was enjoyable, above average.
Yeah.
You got anything else there, man? I'm done.
So, one thing that's really fun about this episode is the animation for when the time traveling, because it goes like grayscale, like it's really gray, and there's different shades of like gray and black, and like those are the only colors used. That was fun. And I said there was a really cool part where they were using the animation, and the villain freezes like tons of guards with guns, and he just walks right on by. That was fun. I said this was a moderately good episode.
It reminded me of the Flash when you see him like go
Yeah.
his speed. It's just like,
I've
yeah.
only seen season one, but I love that show. And I won't continue on because I've heard it's pretty awful. But season 1, very good. And the Green Arrow show. I think I saw the first 3 seasons of that. So.
I seen Flash on the Snyder cut, the Justice League. That's where I saw.
Oh yeah.
I saw a lot of Flash moving on that one, but
I refuse to watch that. I can watch 3 Asian horror cinema films in that time.
4 hours. 4 hours.
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like this. I'm here for Batman.
Yeah.
That's my favorite superhero. So okay, I'll move on to the next one. This is episode 74.
And this is the first of the 2 that I did not watch. So
Oh, okay.
when you're done talking about it, I guess I'll react, and then you can just jump on it.
Okay. I'll try not to give too many spoilers away on
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Don't want to ruin it for you, but
no, that's totally okay. You can say all you want.
Okay. So we go into episode 74, Catwalk. Can you guys guess who's in this one? But we got
Is it Catwoman? Were you waiting?
Catwoman. I have it written down here, Catwoman episode with like marks.
See, I didn't even read the title. I should have watched it. I like Catwoman.
Yeah, she's cool. We got Selena Kyle, and she's in trouble in this one. She's put away by the courts and pretty much put on like probation, and she's told like if she gets involved in anything Catwoman, she's gonna do prison time. So she has to go pretty much try to live a normal life, which she's struggling on.
Wasn't that the last episode with Catwoman? Last video we did?
It's repetitive, I'm telling you.
That exact fucking...
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, it's Catwoman.
So you got Batman trying to mentor her. She's like telling Batman, it's hard. I need to go back to this life. I have to be Catwoman. I'm bored. There's no thrill in my life. She's telling him and stuff like that. And he's like, you don't want the law coming on you, Selena. You know his voice, whatever. But you got her pretty much going out through her ways, but her past catches up to her. She gets involved with the ventriloquist and Scarface the puppet return on this one.
Man, I missed a lot of good shit. What the fuck? Maybe I will go see it.
They pretty much end up kidnapping Selena and making her go as Catwoman to rob like jewelry for them. And she has to go to this pretty much area where she turns on him and starts to fight them. So they set her up, put it on her, and she's caught, of course. Batman comes to her rescue and tells her to turn herself in and just explain what happened. So she agrees to that. You got them going to the police station. She ends up kicking Batman and escaping from him. And she wants to go get revenge on Scarface. He's called Scarface, that little puppet guy. So she's trying to get revenge on him. And she goes on her own pretty much. Foolishness, and she ends up getting captured. And there's like funny cat phrases. There's like when like the Scarface makes like, we're gonna find out if there's more than one way to skin a cat, he tells her. And he's pretty much, she's freaking out. She knows she's gonna die pretty much. So here comes Batman to the rescue. He rescues Catwoman. They end up teaming up to fight Scarface and his villains, his like mob. And there's like a quote where he says, she's all, you can't destroy an animal. And he's like, I have my biggest animal here. It's like his right hand, his right hand man they call Rhino. So
he's in it.
Yeah, they have him he calls him pretty much an animal. He's like, thank you, boss, or whatever. Like it's not a compliment, dude. Anyways, yeah, it's cool. You have Batman and Catwoman fighting, and as soon as they team up, afterwards they're like have to go their own ways. Catwoman's pretty much like, I can't live a good life. I have to do bad stuff. I'm still a thief. You're not gonna stop me from doing that. And Batman's like, you need to stop. You need to, giving her the information. So she ends up again escaping from Batman, But it's a real cool image towards the end. You got like where Batman's like standing on the building. You have Catwoman, and it looks like she's kind of like howling at the at the sky. It looks really cool, and you see like her shadow, and of course she's back to being Catwoman. She just can't be stopped, and you don't know if Catwoman's good or bad. She has her good intentions, and then her bad, where she's a thief. So that's how it ends, and I really like this one. I thought it was above average, and I am a fan of Catwoman. I really like her character,
Yeah.
and goes through her struggles in this one a lot, from being good to bad.
Well, I need to watch it. It feels like, but maybe when we're done, uh, I guess we haven't decided about the movies yet, but that might be fun. Maybe we'll wait and do
Mhm.
as a maybe a within watch power episode, Batman movies, and we'll
Yeah,
watch them. But yeah, I'm sold. I didn't
it's a good
realize
episode.
Rhino was in it.
Yeah, he's a fun character. He's like all kind of like goofy. He's like boss, this little mob voice, boss.
That Brooklyn accent.
Yeah, that Brooklyn accent. Yeah, yeah. But okay. Any reactions there you want to say or anything to that?
I didn't watch
I know
it.
you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it, so I don't want to.
It sounded great. I'm sold. So
Okay, so then I'll go on to my favorite episode here. Of course, it's the finale.
it better not be.
Episode, what is it, 75?
Yep.
And we got Bane. Okay. Has Bane been shown before on this? Because I couldn't remember that.
I think so. Because we did talk about Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember.
Well, anyways,
But
this
it
has
better
him
not be
back.
his first, because that means I missed it.
He shows up in full. I mean, he takes over this show. I mean, he shows up. He's walking with like out of a plane, and you got like his whole gang, and he's like this big guy. He walks out and he's like with a cigar in his mouth, a suit, and walks out real like old gangster way. He looks like one of those gangsters from like the 20s, or where he has the top hat and the suit, and he walks in full force. He gets into like a fancy car, and you got him right away involved with this girl. She's working for the what's that mob villain? Rupert Thorne. She's
Oh,
working with
yeah.
him. Yeah, and you have him get in there, and business is about to happen because he just shows up like the man. You know what I mean? And they make a plan. Rupert Thorne's like, I just want Batman. Can you destroy him? And he's like, who's he? Where is he plotting or what? He's all right now. He's in a battle with Killer Croc, and Bane's like, let them fight it out. I'm gonna watch, and then when I strike, I'm going to destroy the bat. He tells Rupert Thorne. So Rupert Thorne's like, okay, but don't fail or don't mess up. And he's like, I'm gonna crush him. I know when to attack or what. And he pretty much lets them battle it out. You got Killer Croc and Batman fighting on this one, and then Bane just takes over. He comes in and pretty much just manhandles Killer Croc and destroys him. You have him in a hospital and casts and messed up and everything. And Batman goes to question him. He's like, "Who did this or what?" He's like, "It was a large man. He had a pump behind his head, and when he pumped it, he just turned vicious." And Batman's like, "I'm gonna go get to the bottom of this." And Killer Croc's like, "Your funeral," he tells him when he's walking out. And so Batman goes and gets involved in this, and you got like Robin showing up. They go to battle this guy. Well, they're battling. They're trying to investigate where it came from, where it's Thorn, and then you got Bane pretty much like hunting him, and Robin's doing his investigation, and uh, Bane shows up and pretty much brutalizes Robin. I mean, he squeezes him and puts him unconscious, takes him with him. He's like, "I got plans for you. You're gonna be like my next guinea pig or whatever." So he's taking Robin. He's like, "You're a pretty good fight for a little man." He tells him because he fought him pretty good. And then Batman is gonna battle Bane, and he shows him Robin's suit where he has him, and Batman just breaks down. he's like Robin, he's against it, and uh, Bane knows he has him. He has Batman weak, so he goes to attack, and you got a good showdown between Bane and Batman. They show up on like the ship where they're fighting it out, and it's a really good battle. Batman's actually getting pretty much manhandled for a long time. They fight back and forth, and of course, Batman's gonna come up the superior. Um, you got this side character Candace, which is she's conniving. She's planning to leave with Bane and pretty much turn on Thorn, who's her boss. And it plays a good detective work where Batman sets him up, gets her at the end, where Thorn wants her dead, and she's like taking off running. He shows like a videotape where she's talking about killing him to Bane, and it turns into a big old thing. But this was my favorite episode. I never knew how could I put it, menacing Bane is. Like he's the I think he's the most dangerous one I've seen so far, my opinion. But he actually had Batman shook a lot in this one, especially when he took Robin. You could see Batman like defenseless throughout the episode. But yeah, this is my favorite one.
So you weren't kidding?
I was not kidding.
Oh my gosh. So I definitely need to watch it. This is one of I think 2 or 3 episodes that he's been in. I just looked it up,
Oh, okay.
and from the description, it sounds like this is like number 2 of 3 maybe. So yeah, I guess I missed the best one.
Yeah, you got Bane coming in like a mafia boss. He's with like a cigar, and you're like, man, this guy's a huge guy. Like he'd be intimidating in real life.
hmm I'm going to digitize the Withering Watchpile journal that we have here,
Okay.
right here, and I'm going to add the 2 episodes on there along
Okay.
with plus Batman because I cannot forget because these are the 2 most interesting sounding episodes, and it's like
And they
really
gotta
the
be the
2 I
last two.
missed.
Yeah. Yeah, those are probably the best ones. Only one I could say that's close to it. Man, maybe that House and Garden episode, that was pretty good.
Hmm.
I'd say that's right up there with it.
Not the trial.
Trial, yeah, Trial was pretty good too.
That one that's my favorite. I
I
think
like the
of
Criminal
this one.
Court. Criminal Court was cool.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes down to it, I just love that Bane. When he shows up, it's like, how can I say it? You're watching a Bruce Lee film and the main villain shows up, like all
Oh
cool and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, just give you that kind of vibe. Like,
Fuck yes. Okay, I
yeah,
love that.
yeah, like
Okay.
you're out of like this guy. You cannot fuck with this guy, dude.
Have you seen the movie with Tony Jaa, The Protector,
Yeah, I have,
where
but
he
it's
fights
been a
3
long
of
time.
those big guys and he has the 2 elephant ribs and he's like
Oh yeah,
slicing their
yeah,
hamstrings? Oh my god.
that's wicked.
For anyone who hasn't seen it, you need to watch it. It's a 10 out of 10 movie. Not even
That's
kidding.
a good movie.
You're not there for the
Tony Jaa's
acting.
insane, dude. His stunts are
Yeah.
insane.
And he was just in oh my god, Avatar 2 actually, to
Was
come
he?
back to
Oh, wow.
Avatar, because the other episode was, but he was in that, and I was like, because he's a human and that he's just walking around as a marine, and I was like, I know him. I was like, how do I know him? Because he was also in that Monster Hunter movie with Mila Jovovich, with the
Oh
big
yeah, I haven't seen
monsters and the
that one.
swords. And he is completely wasted in that movie, and not alcoholically, but because like he's just a cave guy. But in
Yeah.
Avatar, he has like a real character. He does some martial arts. It's not,
Oh
uh,
well.
the protector, but it's really fucking good. And I looked it up after. I was like, oh my god, it's Tony Jaa in this major James Cameron movie. I would never expect that. Like, it was fun.
Tony Jaa. Is he one of those like blue characters that are in there? Those blue.
No, he's one of the Marines.
Oh, one of the Marines. Okay.
So he was able to do a couple punches. It was fun. Like, I was shocked.
Oh yeah, Tony Jaa's. up there is one of the greats to me.
He bumps
Only seen
into Jackie Chan in The Protector, and they give each other a wave.
do they? Oh wow.
Yeah, when Tony Jaa first arrives at I think Jakarta or Java, he has his little backpack on. He's walking through. He's looking around, looking at the gates, and Jackie Chan runs right into him. And Jackie Chan like drops like a notebook. It's really
Oh wow.
fun.
I
Shit,
gotta
I gotta
revisit
rewatch
those. Yeah,
it.
that's what I was saying. I got the DVDs, but
Yeah, I don't like the sequels. They're actually pretty awful. But that
I think
first
I have
one,
one and two.
two is awful. I don't
I
even think I've
remember.
seen the third one. So
I know I got the first two on DVD. Need to upgrade them.
the upgrade's a good one. I had
Yeah.
because the Blu-ray wasn't around when I first got it, so I had the DVD for like a couple years and then upgraded. So
Tony Jaa's awesome.
agreed. So I guess it's my turn, and I feel like
Yeah.
I've lost my voice at this point, but we'll see. This is episode 76 called Baby Doll, and it's a pretty fun one. And you haven't seen any of these, right?
No, I couldn't get to them.
Okay,
Somebody
so
going out like a reaction, pretty much.
I'll try not to spoil it too much, but I'm just reading the
If you
Wikipedia
have to, you have to.
synopsis.
Right.
So, a washed up actress named Mary Doll has become bitter and insane after falling into obscurity and suffering from a disorder that prevents her body from growing to adulthood, thus biologically cursed with literal eternal youth. She kidnaps her TV family co-stars who all had, who all led much happier lives and more successful careers than her, and holds them prisoner in the abandoned soundstage of her old show. While Robin works fast, so this is another Robin and Batman episode. While he works fast to free the actors from Baby Doll's explosive death ray or death trap, Batman pursues the tiny fiend through a deadly carnival funhouse. It's pretty fun. Carnival stuff is the most fun, of course,
Yeah.
because we're all carnival people here. We all love Toby Hooper's The Funhouse.
Yeah.
So it's similar stuff as that. Fun, no kills, so disappointing. But yeah, I mean, I didn't look up any voice actors for
Oh,
mine. I just let it go. So what were you gonna say?
I'm a sucker for those Funhouse movies, especially horror films. So it's already got my interest
Yeah, and she
on
runs
Funhouse.
around with the knife, I think, at one point. So it's a good one.
Mm.
I watched all of these today, by the way, so these are
Dang.
quite fresh in my mind. 10 episodes, 4 hours long exactly. So it was rough.
Sounds pretty interesting.
The moment I
Might have to
got
go
home
back
from
and watch
work,
that.
I started watching. So
Nice. Might have to watch that one just for the Funhouse.
oh yeah. And I said, once the actors are kidnapped, the episode gets much better as we learn about Baby Doll. I said I love how the other baby, because at some point they mentioned that like in episode or season 4 or something of the show that they brought in a new baby named Spunky, and she kidnaps them, and this is like 40 years after the TV show. So they're all much older, and Spunky is no longer a baby. He's now a rock star playing metal in his garage, practicing. And that was fun. I really enjoyed that. But that was about it with
Nice.
the video, or with the episode.
Sounds interesting. I need to check it out.
There's a pretty cool metal moment. He's going just playing, so.
Yeah, it sounds. Oh, sold out Funhouse.
So the next episode is episode 77, The Lion and the Unicorn. It feels like I just watched these. Like when I say
I
these
thought you were gonna say the
names.
Lion Witch in the Wardrobe.
Yeah, I know. But like it feels like I just watched these because I can see most of the episodes still, and all of that. But the Red Claw organization kidnaps Alfred, seeking a code they need to arm a weapon of mass destruction that Alfred knows from his days as a British secret spy. Really cool episode. It's definitely top 5, maybe top 4. And it takes place in a really cool oceanside castle named Blair Kuan. Batman and Robin cross a really cool like fire bridge at one point to apprehend the villain, Red Claw, I guess. I said that it was a pretty solid episode, but that the villain just wasn't all that interesting. I didn't really care. So yeah, it was fun to also get the background of Alfred, which is something we haven't had. So that's all
Yeah,
I
because
have.
on the I don't know if you've seen the Gotham show, the one that was used to be on Fox. It's
I
like
have
the
not.
backstory of Bruce Wayne and how he becomes Batman. Well, you got Alfred. He's military trained. It goes into a story of how he's a badass in that show, Alfred. So I'd like to see the backstory because he does have a backstory of like military trained. And I was like, I didn't know Alfred was that much of a badass, dude.
Yeah, there's some
Pretty cool.
flashbacks in this episode. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's interesting for sure.
Robin has a few funny lines where he's like, "I thought you just cleaned the plates," and he's like, "No, Robin, I do a whole lot more than that." It's a pretty funny episode
Poor
because you do
poor
have
Alfred the
Alfred.
butler.
All he does is
He's-
buttles. He's
I'd
the
like to see
butler.
Alfred like go American Ninja, like have a white suit on and
Oh,
take out
yeah.
some people.
Join Ra's al Ghul.
Hmm.
So the next episode is episode 78, called The Showdown. Ra's al Ghul narrates a story from his past, which I did not realize, so I was completely confused for most of the episode. In which Jonah Hex stops his plan to destroy the Transcontinental Railroad, which is being completed in 1883. The episode takes place in 1883. I had no idea. I
Oh
was
wow.
totally confused. I was like, why are the Civil War soldiers hanging out? I was like, why are there people building a railroad? Like, we have cars. And then Jonah Hex walks in. He's like, I'm the guy in town. And I was like, this is not present day. And then a guy shows up and he's like, my name is whatever, whatever. And at the end of the episode, he was like, yeah, that was me. And I'm like, oh, what? Ra's al Ghul? Like, I just had no idea. I thought we were just having a fun, like, campfire story episode. But apparently it was real. So,
He shows up all randomly.
yeah, I
It's
know. I
me.
was like, this is weird. Because it starts off with Ra's al Ghul, Robin, and Batman talking. So I was like, okay, like, this is fun. And I just did not. I thought he was telling a story of somebody else, not himself. So I got it straight in my head at the very end of the episode. But there's a part in the episode. Sorry, someone sent me a text. There's a part of
Right.
the episode where there was a huge fight with a bunch of Spider-Man looking thugs, and it made me laugh because it looked like a Marvel character, and everybody loves the Marvel versus DC debate. So it made me laugh when I saw that. I was like, ooh, I wonder if the artist purposely did that, was thinking of Spider-Man when he did that, because he has the big eyes like the Spider-Man on the
Yeah.
mask. So I was like, seems a little deliberate.
It's like Star Trek versus Star Wars.
Yeah. And I had no idea that Jonah Hex was a DC character. He shows up in this episode and he is awesome. He is so cool.
Yeah, I seen the movie, but I didn't.
I,
That's
I
pretty
haven't
cool.
even seen the movie. I
But
just
like
knew the
Nick,
name and I was like, oh, that sounds cool, like a Wild West guy. But he's in the DC. Like, I did not realize there was
I
even
knew he was a
superheroes.
hero, but I didn't know what universe he was from.
Yeah, I didn't even realize there were like superheroes back in the 1800s, like
Because
in the
the
world of
movie is on a
Batman.
train. When you watch the Jonah Hex movie, it's on a train.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, takes
because
place
they
on it.
talk about a train in this movie.
Uh,
Oh yeah, the entire episode is about him trying to stop the train from being built. So it's pretty
mm.
fun. This is another really great episode. Never mind, this entire fucking season has been pretty great.
Yeah,
In the
yeah. To
beginning,
think
I
about
was
it,
like, ah, I hate it, like, blah, blah, blah. But I actually like it. Like, the more we talk about it.
there's been a lot of fight scenes. That's what I like showdowns. And I mean, my favorite was probably which one? Probably Bane and Batman on that ship. That was a good one.
Dang, I need to watch it so
Yeah.
I know. But this was a really cool setting. I mean, we have the desert. I mean, they're on horses. You have the plains. You have Wild West music in this episode. It's a really solid episode. It could be a little better, but I mean, this is the first time that Jonah Hex has been shown, I think. So I enjoyed it. I mean, I loved his character.
I'm
I'm
interested.
definitely a lot more interested in the movie now because I know, is it Jeff Bridges who plays Jonah Hex?
It's that guy that plays. How does he play? He's on the Goonies, bro. Brolin. Is it Brolin?
Oh, Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, I think, plays Jonah
Oh,
Hex.
okay.
Yeah,
His dad was in Amityville Horror.
yeah. In the original, huh?
It's so good.
Josh Brolin. I know he was on Goonies. He's the older brother in Goonies when
Yeah.
he's younger. But yeah,
Sean Astin,
yeah.
Corey
And then
Feldman.
Megan Fox is the girl on there,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's worth the watch alone for that.
Cool. And I said, excited to see Ra's al Ghul. Holy shit, this episode is exciting and quite different, which I appreciate. Got confused by the timeline, yada yada yada. And then I was like, oh wait, Ra's al Ghul is like hundreds of years old. Had no idea. Like, cause I thought he was telling
Yeah,
a story.
he's
Like,
an
I know
old
he's
man.
old, but I just forgot that fact. So it was fun to be reminded. I guess they don't have enough episodes with him.
Yeah, he's been alive since like the 1800s or something like that.
I
Something like
think.
that. I don't know.
I don't know,
It's a
but
long time. I don't know.
any reactions? Any fun
I'm
comments?
definitely interested because it's has a Jonah Hex story, which I did enjoy the movie, so I'm curious on that to see how the animation compares to the movie. I mean, you said train, so that's the whole Jonah Hex movie is on like a train basically. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one.
Cool. You better. Episode 90, not 90, 79. Riddler's Reform. So, Riddler is in this one. He is hired to work for a toy company, vowing to turn over a new leaf. This is a constant theme throughout this entire season, I've noticed. Is all these antagonists getting a fresh take on their life and feeling better and then getting roped back into it.
To their
So
old ways.
it's been popping up a lot these episodes. But Batman refuses to believe he has changed for good reason. And he suspects that the Riddler is still obsessed with outsmarting and defeating him. Now the Dark Knight must prove that Riddler is still a criminal at heart and send him back to Arkham. I said there were some pretty cool shots here and there, but not really sure about the Riddler. He was fine in this one, not really that interesting. Overall, didn't really care for this episode. Might be my least favorite.
Well, I
That's
like
all
the
I
Riddler
have.
as a villain, but he could be hit or miss depending on how he's put together. Like I really liked him on the Batman movie, the new one, the last one that came out.
Was he in it?
The yeah. I think he's in it. He's that like guy with the glasses, kind of odd guy.
Oh, yeah, by
He's
Paul
actually leaving the
Dano.
he's
Yeah.
leaving the riddles on the murders. I think.
Oh, I thought he was like some. Oh, I
I
don't know.
think so. Yeah,
I don't know how I missed that,
that's how I suspected it. I don't know.
but
I am kind of burned at times, but
I can understand it actually now. So.
yeah, he's on there. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have. Any comments?
This one just sounds like an average or below average. I don't. I like the Riddler as a villain, but this one seems like it kind of falls a little short.
Yeah. Well, episode 80, Second Chance. So again, another second chance episode. Quite literally. Just
Yeah.
before he has to undergo the operation that will restore his sanity, Harvey Dent is kidnapped by a mysterious villain. Batman and Robin split up to nab the criminal who is behind the scheme in order to abduct the Dark Knight's old friend. They suspect that either the Penguin or Rupert Thorne may be behind the kidnapping. I said, holy shit, Batman and Robin got hit really hard by a swinging light fixture. There's a scene in the warehouse where you have those long lights like stretched across the warehouse.
Yeah.
It falls on one end and it swings down like a club and hits them really hard and like shatters the wall. It's pretty funny. Made me laugh. But pretty
They're
cool
gonna go into
episode.
old Batman like, holy cow, Batman, look out! You know, there you go,
Oh yeah.
the original show.
No, it just smashed the wall and just fell.
Oh,
So
okay.
I mean it is Warner Bros. I mean it starts off with the Bugs Bunny thing. Why not?
Can't go wrong there.
And I said it was just a pretty cool episode, nothing especially new. It's good.
Yeah. Who was the villain? The villain was. Did you say a villain?
Yeah, it was Harvey Dent
Harvey
and the
Dent. Yeah.
Penguin.
Okay.
Well, they suspect Penguin, but it's not.
Good returning villains there. You don't see too much Penguin. I think he's only been in how many episodes?
The best
Maybe
one
4.
was the one where they were doing the poker game and they had to go around the room, all the villains,
Mhm.
and explain the backstory.
Oh yeah,
That was
that was hilarious.
fun. Well,
Yeah.
how they almost got Batman. That's a really
Yeah, almost got
memorable
him.
episode. That's probably my favorite of the whole series.
Yeah, that's good. And then how the whole police staff was there the whole time, like in the crowd. I thought that was cool. Gordon and his whole army. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good episode.
Excuse me. Oh, it is
Yeah,
11:30.
man, the time's going by.
So, episode 81, Harley's Holiday. So, this is Harley Quinn focused. Again, Harley Quinn is released back into society after being declared sane at Arkham Asylum. This is a repeated fucking story in my section. That's why my section wasn't as good, in my opinion.
I think I had one like that too, where she's put out to help Batman.
Yeah. And a misunderstanding at a clothing store, however, causes a snowball of comedic chaos to build around her. All I said is that I like the Arkham Asylum setting a lot. They are there for a pretty long time. And that I like how there's a slow build of Harley Quinn slowly getting tied deeper into the criminal underground. And there's a pretty fun part where Robin is fighting with two market fish, and he's like smacking people in the head with fish. That's pretty fun. I said it's a pretty good episode.
You don't have the penguin going to eat those fish, like trying to.
That would be great. Maybe
Yeah.
he's in the background. I didn't notice.
Well, Danny DeVito like.
Yeah. Wum, fish. Instead of wum ham.
Yeah, I like Harley Quinn as a character, but when you're repeating a lot, it's like we've seen this already.
Yeah, she's okay in this. Consistent.
Sounds like an okay so-so episode.
Yeah, I mean, these are just all average.
You know what I
But,
noticed too is there's
hmm.
not been like a part one and part two.
Yeah, I noticed
That's
that
very
during your
strange.
episodes because we both, I guess, did 10 episodes. And I
Yeah.
remember finishing your section. I was like, wait, like, we haven't had any two-parters.
Mm-mm.
Maybe that was the thing they said. Don't do that. I don't know.
That is strange.
So, episode 82, Lockup. This one's kind of fucked up one. Lyle Burton, the new head of security at Arkham Asylum, is fired for his atrocious mistreatment of the inmates. 6 months later, Bolton becomes the vigilante Lockup and decides to put who he feels responsible for the ruin of the city behind bars. It's up to Batman and Robin to save his victim. This episode is pretty pro-communist, I think, because it's very anti-police and anti-rich in regards to treatment of society, because he thinks that they are just profiting off of the suffering of inmates, and so he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to torture Harley Quinn, the Joker, Scarface, all these different criminals. They are tortured by
Oh
this
wow.
guy, and he gets fired, and he's just kind of tossed off into the street. So he becomes a super villain, I guess, and he's a pretty mean guy. And the entire episode is him railing against fascism and just everything, and it's really interesting. I was agreeing on a lot of points that he had, and he was really angry at city council. We're having a really big issue right now with city council where I live, because they are just allowing lots of houseless people to die because they're putting them into the pallet homes that you see and not really giving them housing. Pallet homes are just storage for dead bodies because there's no heating.
Uh,
There's like
Awful.
no room for them to sleep. Like, it's awful. And only 40 people were allowed to do it. And it was 8,000 people, or
Damn.
$8,000 per person. Like, rent is about $1,000. They could have just paid people's rent. But that's aside from the point. So I really related to this villain.
Always for
And
the wrong reason, huh?
yeah, like, it's awful. And so I really related to the villain in this episode with my anger towards my own city council. So,
We got issues here too. We have homeless shelters.
yeah.
People, they're just throwing them in a park to do like their drugs or whatever they're on, and
Hmm.
it's really sad. Really sad.
Yeah. Uh, that's a whole discussion. But
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Yeah.
I said I really enjoyed all the fighting between the villains because, again, this guy just tortures them all and they get the revenge. So it's fun. I said it was moderately boring after that. Once they fire him, it just is not fun anymore. The guy kind of disappears because he's too interesting, I guess. I don't know.
This could be like a maniac on the streets, just let
I
out.
wish that would be
That would
great.
if it wasn't a TV show.
Okay, so I got 3 more episodes. Getting
All
knocked
right,
out.
knocked out. Go through it.
83. Make him laugh. So, Joker. Using microchips stolen from the Mad Hatter. Fuck yeah. The Joker brainwashes famous comedians into committing crazy crimes in order to ruin their reputations. Pretty funny. As it turns out, the comedians are the judges who tossed the Joker out of the Gotham comedy competition the year before. Now, the clown prince of crime wants to seek his revenge, and Batman and Robin must foil the Joker's plot, whatever. It's a pretty fun episode. Gets kicked out of the comedy club, and he's like crying, and he's like angry, and he's like, I'm gonna show them. And he takes the trophy after kidnapping them all, and he's like, I'm the funniest guy. And Batman is like, you don't even get a giggle from me or whatever. And it's like, okay, you guys are so funny. It's a fun episode. It's a Joker one, so
Can't go wrong. Comedy Club Joker, I'm all in.
yeah. And Mad Hatter is in it too, so I was happy for that.
Every time I see Mad Hatter, like picture Tom Petty on the Alice in Wonderland video. I don't know why.
That is such a deep
similar.
cut.
Yeah. It's like, I just want to hear a Tom Petty song while he's on there or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother story.
Any comments on the video or the episode?
Yeah, I want to see it. Just Joker involved, Mad Hatter, and that just sounds like entertaining. Joker wanting revenge from a comedy club. I'm like, yeah, I'm all in for that one for sure.
It's a really absurd story, and I loved it.
Two good villains right there. Insane.
Yeah, and they teamed up.
Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Episode 84, Deep Freeze. So, Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze.
I wanted to hear about.
This is the second episode, I guess, with him.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
you haven't really seen Freeze. It's like
Because the very first,
first
episode of
episode.
the entire show was Mr. Freeze, and we never saw him again.
Yeah, this is like his
Until episode...
second appearance.
I guess episode 19 of season 2. Like,
wow.
It's a while. Mr. Freeze is sprung by... Okay, here we go again. Mr. Freeze is freed from Arkham by aging billionaire Grant Walker, who is looking to freeze the world and recreate it according to his own design. Again, these people keep getting fucking released and causing shit again. Stop it. Batman and Robin infiltrate the billionaire's underwater city and combat both high-tech robots and Mr. Freeze himself, who has decided to be do Walker's bidding and cover the Earth in a new ice age. Mwahaha. It's a pretty okay episode. There's a pretty funny part because there's a toy maker in this episode that has toys kind of have its own consciousness. And one of them goes and kidnaps Mr. Freeze. And Batman finds it. And so he visits the toy maker and he's like, hey, your toys are kidnapping people. And there's a little Batman bat doll with a Batman suit flying around on wings and starts pecking at Batman. That was the best part of the episode. It was a lot of fun.
That's what happened if there's robots. They'd end up turning on you and kidnapping you. I don't know. Or messing with you, whatever.
Yeah.
It's funny.
There are some really cool visuals in this episode, including one, of course, the robots. All the robots are fun. They get kicked out. Their asses kicked. I'm sorry. I'm tired. And then there's also a woman in a tank. It kind of looks like Beauty and the Beast with the flower and the like little glass face. And the woman's in there and she's dancing and she's wearing all red. So I don't know if Beauty and the Beast was a inspiration or not, but that was fun. That's really all I have for the episode.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested of Mr. I like Mr. Freeze, that character, and I thought he was used really good on the first one, that first episode he appeared in. But
Oh yeah, I like how he busts down the fire hydrant and he winds up.
yeah,
That's clever. Fun.
yeah, I think I'd watch this just to see Mr. Freeze continuation because you didn't really see it for a long time through the series.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, you got 2 weeks until we do the next episode. You can catch up.
yeah, I'll catch up. Probably go through those. I want to see them all. I want to finish the whole thing. That's my goal.
Same. Final episode, at least of season 2. 85. The Batgirl returns. So this is
Oh yeah.
the one episode that she's in. Now I have hiccups. Oh my god. While Bruce Wayne is in Europe on a Wayne Enterprises business trip, the theft of a jade cat statue occurs at Gotham State University. Barbara Gordon again becomes Batgirl to investigate, only to run into Catwoman. This
Oh
is
wow.
such a great episode. Who is also investigating. Pointing out that the acid residue used to destroy the security system is not her style. The two team up to find the
Oh wow.
statue, with Robin tailing them and constantly being foiled by the two very smart women. And things go from bad to worse when Roland Daggett is revealed to be involved. I don't remember that, but the rest of the episode was awesome. I don't want to spoil it personally, but it's a very good episode. Top 3, I think, for sure. This was a very good season.
That's an interesting combo though. Batgirl and Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the intro is Batgirl rescuing Batman from Joker, Harvey Dent, and the Penguin. Ends up it's a dream.
Wow.
And I said, oh my god, yay. Batgirl and Catwoman teamed up. Really fun episode.
Yeah. You got Robin as a bonus too. So that just sounds really,
And he keeps failing.
really interesting. Oh, you're not gonna beat the women. I'm sorry. They'll outsmart you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess that's it for the episode. Or batch of episodes.
Mm,
This was a lot of fun. I
yeah.
completely rescind my earlier comment about how this was a very boring section. My
Uh,
section was mostly boring. Yours was hit after hit, in my opinion.
there's a few that were kind of, but
Yeah,
good percentage was really solid.
completely agree. I have no idea what's coming up next. But I think it is 13 episodes a disc, and it's 4 discs, I think. So
For this. So we're gonna have to pretty much go our normal route after this. Huh?
yeah, we'll figure it out. Figure it out. But
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for coming back. This was a lot of fun.
Hmm. Thanks, Christian, again for having me, man. It's been a blast, and I could say a blast from the past to visit these episodes because I used to watch them constantly after school when I got out of school growing up. So brings a lot of nostalgia. But anyways, yeah, I look forward to closing this out. I mean, it's been pretty entertaining. But thanks
We've
again
been
for
doing it
having me there,
for
Christian.
half a year.
Half a year, pretty much. Yeah. Son of a
We
gun.
did Zatuichi faster. We did that in like
Yeah,
2 months. I think that was every week. We watched like 4 movies or something.
yeah, we had a quicker pace, and then I don't think we were doing every other week. We were going like weekly.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully, we could get roll in on this, get it going.
Yep.